Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Can I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the seas, darling, so it goes. Some things were meant to be. So take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the seas, darling, so it goes. Some things were meant to be. So take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. For I can't help falling in love with you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, listen, it's the crooner himself, the man who knows it best, Steve Higgins. And he's only one of our special guests we have this evening. As you know, it's somewhere a little past 5 o'clock. Welcome again to another edition of Bar Talk. Bar Talk is brought to you by Moment to Remember Studios here in sunny Sunrise, Florida. We can say sunny, it's been a sunny day. We do all things here, photo, video, and print. So if you have a passport picture or you have that next major occasion, we'll be happy to sit with you and make your dreams come true. More importantly, this is brought to you by Jamaicans.com. Jamaicans.com is the premier social media platform for all things Jamaica, the Caribbean, and to the world. So thank you for joining us. You can find Jamaicans.com on Facebook.com/One Love Jamaica. Facebook.com/One Love Jamaica. Hey, listen, this is a finale of a hotly contested show we've had. We've had 5 things every man should know about a woman, and the ladies came, and it was an all-woman cast, and they told us a thing or two. In fact, one man, Mr. Lilly, I'm going to call him out. Hope you're watching. Mr. Lilly says, I wish I had this conversation. I listened before my wife and I got divorced. Honey, please forgive me. Actually, his wife, Hyacinth Lilly. So I'm putting it out there because this is not a story. This is something that is real. And then 2 weeks ago, the crew themselves, Mr. Steve Higgins and John T, basically had the ladies going crazy about some of the things they said and some of the points, good, bad, and I don't know about bad, but interesting. And there were 142 conversations on that. So that only tells you exactly what's happening. So this evening, we're having a finale to it. And so we invited two beautiful ladies. We've invited John T, and Steve Higgins back, and as well as that, we have my church sister and my sister from another mother, Rosemary Adamson Lewis. I knew her over the years, or Dr. Rosemary Adamson Lewis. And I know over the years that's simply Sister Rosie. So I'm going to have her introduce herself afterwards. And this is my daughter from another mother, Tissa Taylor. Tissa is a wonderful sister. I've done pictures with her. Kevin Wilshire behind that picture, just behind there is something, portraits I've done with her in the past. Actually, I shot both women and they're amazing ladies. I'm going to introduce them shortly.
What's wrong with you?
Yes, Kevin, shooting people. And of course, I can't do this by myself. We got a lovely team here that helps us to get this thing going. My brother from another mother is none other than Kevin Stew from kevinstew.com. Check him on the night shift. Kevin Stew.
Too baldy.
Yeah, two body. I don't know why John T is saying that. I guess we have a third body because my brother just decided to step in and pay us a visit, and we may have to throw him in the mix. Mr. G. Cole himself is in the house. Of course, yep. And of course, we have two wonderful ladies that are doing the switching and the graphing. Juliet Stedman, steady in the house. And another lady that, seriously, I'm just joking though, folks. I think she's on the witness protection program. So I just call her
That lady.
that lady. Okay. So right off the bat, let's start again with Steve. Steve, just introduce for anybody who is under the rock or just watching this thing for the first time. Don't hit me up, folks. Tell them who's Steve is. Steve, just talk to them.
Steve Higgins, I'm a singer. I used to be the Caribbean manager for MoneyGram International, but now I sing. My website is www.stevehigginsproductions.com. With an S. That's stevehigginsproductions.com. So you can see you can book us, you can see photographs, you can purchase CDs and download music. stevehigginsproductions.com. That's it.
My sister Rosie.
By the way, good evening, everyone. My name is not Dr. Rosemary.
There you go.
There you go. That's right.
Oh my goodness. I have a lot of love to give, and that's why I am here this evening. I'm going to give it to you virtually.
Tissa, my dears.
Yes, good evening, everybody. My name is Tissa Taylor. I am an alteration specialist, and I own a dry cleaning and alteration shop here in Oakland Park, Florida. And that is what I do.
You're going to get all my business.
You get it, I'm going to tell her.
Of course, when after the COVID done him lose all that weight. Size 48 pants will come to you.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
so I'm Tissa Taylor.
And of course, last but but by no means least, my brother, John T.
Yes.
Working man in radio.
Well, let me say good afternoon. It's good to be here again with two new faces. One is actually not new to me. She gave her full name, Tissa Taylor, so it's a pleasure meeting you.
Thank
And I do have business for you too.
There you go.
Awesome.
I'm going to give my full name.
Yes.
I was born John Terrell Hodgson. I was fortunate to have got my mother's maiden name as my middle name. My mother was Daphne Terrell before she got married to my father. But my father felt that I should have all the names because I'm half her, half him. So that's how the name John T comes from, because of Tissa Terrell.
Ah.
So many times I've walked in the street and people call me Mr. Thompson. I don't know what and Mr. Thomas and all those kind of names, but I don't spend time to correct them. If you all call me Mr. Thompson, that's up to you. But anyhow, I am known for quite a long time. Like I mentioned the last time, been on radio for 34 years.
Yes.
So I'm known in the community and other places, international I could say, because since we are streaming worldwide, I'm known as John T. And that name actually started in high school because they couldn't pronounce my last name, and I was mad when they were calling me Hodgson. And I'm really Hodgson, H-O-D.
Hodgson.
So I had to correct them. So they said, something, easy name, John T.
John T.
So
I
it
make it
started from
work.
high school days.
Very
But it's
catchy.
really a pleasure to be here to share this this moment with these two lovely ladies
Ha ha.
and the two crows. And it's good to have Steve again. Because Steve is one who has a lot of lyrics in it.
Lyrics.
So when I sit on one side of the table, I learn from him.
I'm not coming, yeah.
I know I'll be able to use some of these lyrics sometime.
No, may I tell that, you know the lady personally, may I tell that, so shut that down.
I read a lot.
Steve still have rights to Little Black Book, you don't. Okay, folks, I just forgot to do a little bit of housekeeping, so let's do it quickly. This show is a very interactive show, so guess what? We like to know where you're tuning in from. Like we've always said, we have people all over the world. We have people calling from Ghana. We have people coming into us from China. We locally, England, so many of my classmates have migrated to England and they have a little bar talk party go on all the time. There we have Canada. Of course, Fort Lauderdale and Florida, we can't leave you out. So what I'd like you to do right now is just in the chat, just put somebody's name. It's the easiest way to tag somebody if they're online. Just type their name in so they can watch the show. Because what we're about to go into is going to be fun, interesting, thought-provoking, and something you'll take away as at least good entertainment. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want you to do is to make sure that you simply respond to what's going on. Tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like. Contest some of these guys. I don't care how much he can sing. He says something out of the way. Challenge him. Challenge him. And just spread the word. This again is brought to you by Moment to Remember. That's Moment on Facebook is facebook.com/M2R Photography, and Jamaicans.com says facebook.com/M2R One Love Jamaica. Like the pages. If you find this interesting and entertaining, just like Moment to Remember. If you don't know, go on my page, Luke Valentine, and you have a link to both of them. Like them, show them that you appreciate it. So here we start. A couple of weeks ago, about a month ago, the ladies were contesting a couple of things. And the things that come readily to mind is the ladies say, men don't listen. So that's the first thing. That was one of the things. I have, of all the things, the four ladies said, there were four of them, like we know of a mix. The four ladies all came up unanimously. I think Juliet was on the panel too. They all said, men don't listen. Let me start with with my dear Rosemary. Is that true?
I think
Globally.
so.
Globally.
Yes,
In a global sense.
They hear, but they do not listen.
Explain.
Yes.
They were born with ears and they're functional, right? And that's one of the senses. So they hear what we say, but they do not listen to what is being said. For example, if you're talking to your partner and you should ask, could you put that book over there for me, please? The response is, why? The best way to respond is, where do you need the book, honey? It sends a message. Yes,
over there we
Yes. And with that said, it is the unspoken words.
So you say you can tell that we ain't listen when you ask us to do basic things.
Yes.
That we sometimes go about a roundabout way to ask you to that's a proof that we don't listen.
Yes. And the fact of the matter is, you will do it. You will.
After we get some information.
But you just have to give us a hard time.
Mr.
To
Kruner,
think that you're macho.
how do you
To
respond?
think that you're macho.
How do you...
In other words, you're thinking, but I'm not his boy. Yeah, you're my little boy.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
Mr. Kruner.
Yes.
Remember you said last week that I am
Yes.
not your little boy. No, you actually said... Did he agree with that last week?
Roll the tape.
Hold on. There is a difference between my little boy and my little boy.
Steve, run with that, please.
Contextually speaking, I think we must be careful with each with each incident, simply because there may be a number of nuances surrounding that. For instance, I mean, I was an only son of 4 kids from my mom. And I
Spoiled boy.
remember, no, I was
Right,
second.
ladies? Spoiled boy.
Very much so.
So my mom was big in the horticultural society.
Yes.
And so she had these big heavy pots of ferns and anthuriums and chrysanthemums. I could roll them off. And then mom would say, son, pick that up for me, please, and put it over there. And then you pick up this heavy thing. I said, no, put it over there. No,
Which
put it
there?
over there. But I mean, you're back breaking.
So they need to be more specific. Thank you.
So you need to understand, ladies, that we like specifics.
Yes.
Specifics. And I don't mind being asked to move this from here to there. I mean, it could be over there. I don't care. I'll get up and I'll do
Yes.
it. You know, and I want to please my woman.
Yes.
You understand? And so I want to do it. But tell me, darling, and you know how to. I heard what you said a while ago.
Yes.
It takes honey, right? And so you ask nicely.
Yes.
You know, and in the same manner in which I gather washing up the dishes, a man washing up the dishes, or carrying out the garbage is foreplay, so is this kind of interaction.
There we go. Now there you go. I like that, John. But John, let me just tease that a little bit. Would you say that their disposition towards us doing things transition to a more domineering way, if I could find another word, between courtship and when we put on the ring?
I have spoken to many pastors and marriage counselors, and I gather.
No, your pressure.
Well, I have to be general, you know. I gather that the reaction, the action and reactions change after the ring goes on.
Oh Lord. Yes.
Yeah.
Tisso,
Yeah.
your thoughts on the whole matter. Do we listen? Do we know how to listen, or we play games because we don't listen?
I believe that you choose to listen.
Oh Jesus. Oh boy.
You choose to listen to what you want to listen to. That's what I believe.
Sometimes we
regards
do.
to men. Yes.
Sometimes we do.
Why do you think we choose to do it? You just can't make a blanket statement like that and leave it up there.
I mean, well, in my opinion, it's really because of what it is that she may be asking you to do. So depending on what she's asking you to do, you're going to decide at that moment, am I going to listen or am I not going to listen? Okay, so for example, oh, honey, will you wash my car for me, please? You understand? And or as opposed to, you know, my car needs to be washed. So he's going to listen, I would assume, to the example number 1 as opposed to example number 2. That's how I believe.
That's the difference between the boy and
No, I wouldn't.
Hold on, because John.
Why can't we have
Hold on. No. John T over this corner just allow out everything. Bring in John T on this for me, please. John T, your thoughts.
I listened to the example that Rosemary gave, and I'm saying it sounds more like obedience.
So when you get married or when you get closer to you, it comes from.
Let's go back to the example that she gave. Move that book.
move that book, yes.
The question is why. No, maybe in the man's head, the book is at the right place.
Based on the last conversation, the book is in the right place.
So the question about why is first for her to explain why she thinks that the book is at the wrong place. But the response that she gave was, if I say you should move it, don't even ask the question. You must be obedient.
Yes.
So one has got to be careful in the tone that you use.
Absolutely.
Because it makes a hell of a difference. Sweetheart, can you just move that book for me? You probably don't even ask why.
Yeah.
The way she said it, you melt.
Oh, Jesus.
You met.
All right, I'm going to hold that thought one real quick. I'm going to
And
close that. Hold on.
Rosemary knows how to do that.
Hold on, don't talk about Rosemary.
He gets to know that all the time.
Listen.
I have known Rosemary for over 30 years.
In each section, don't pass out, just kind of sweet up Rosemary. With each section, we don't close it out for because all you guys are old school guys, old G's. I'm gonna invite, just give the mic to G Cole. G Cole, just come by John T.
Pass the cross.
Yeah, pass across. And G Cole, just come in and give me your youthful insight on all of this. Come on, come here, come right beside the ladies.
The views expressed by G. Cole does not represent our moments to remember our bar talk. My good.
Anniversary.
Thank you. Happy 10th.
You gotta go to your wife.
My wife ain't watching. I'm good. Thank you.
G Cole, again, for anybody who might been in the stratosphere somewhere in Mars or somewhere, just explain who you are, what you do.
I'm a podcaster. I'm a broadcaster. The show is called Homegrown G. Cole, and it's available everywhere. iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio,
G Cole, do me a favor.
YouTube. Everywhere.
Hey!
You come closer to this because you're looking too dark in that corner.
I am dark.
Yeah, right.
It's called Chocolate Love.
Give
me an Idris.
So we can do a little bit more of a
me an Idris,
social
you know what I mean?
distancing. Yes, so go ahead.
Listen, I personally think, and I'll preface this by saying, not every woman, but most, have an innate need to scold, lecture, right?
You talk about your own mama.
And number the situation. So I will not say that,
The camera.
but here's why I say that. That also goes into, sometimes I think they intentionally are ambiguous with the instructions. Because if they give the instructions simply and you follow it simply, then it ends right there. And a lot of the time, the pleasure doesn't lie in you executing the instruction. You know what I mean? So it's about them. It's not what you do; it's why you do it. Have you ever seen an argument brewing and you don't feed into it? I thought it come from somewhere else. At the end of the day, the goal is an argument by 5 o'clock. And I'm soliciting this argument and you're not feeding into it. So you know something? You did not move the book. When and how I asked you to move the book.
So, Chico, let me ask a question. No, stay right there. Stay right there. You're the hot spot. Well done, Joe. The man is well done. But let me ask a question. You figure something that there's antecedent then, or predetermined reason for them asking you to move the book then? Because they want to start something else?
Yeah, man. That's my point exactly.
That's your point.
You are thinking as a man. As a man, you're thinking the goal is the moving the book from point A to point
What
B.
do you know? What is that?
Is the catalyst to the argument.
Hold on. May I ask a question?
Sure.
Have you never done that, Tissa? Never? Today's Sunday. Okay, good.
Yes, I have.
Okay. Rosie, have you never done that?
I have.
Chico, hey! What for the team? Thank you very much.
I'm just saying.
Jesus!
But, Mr. Steve, there are two folds. One, could you move that book, please? One option is, why? The next option is, where, honey? Look at the difference. Why is going to start an argument.
No, a conversation, not necessarily.
Exactly.
But why do we need a
Okay,
conversation
conversation.
if it's just
For
move
clarity.
to move the book there?
So ask.
But
That's the question. Ask why.
Why, honey?
you don't have to ask if she's saying move the book or please move the book or can the book go over here.
Yeah.
Why? What is it so hard to just move the book over?
It's
confrontational.
No.
Personally, I'm not going to
Why-
answer
why-
why. I'll just move the book.
Why do we have to have a
But like
back
you said
and
earlier,
forth?
that's not your goal. So even if I move the book, there's going to be an issue.
I'm trying to see.
Why, Chico? Go over that shirt. You have got co-hosting. Go over that shirt.
Chico, let's add to what Chico said.
Yes, yes.
That when a question like that or an instruction like that is given, then you probably need the attention of the person.
Yes, something is going on.
Yeah,
and
maybe
there's
he's watching
probably
TV and
reason
not
behind
attending
that.
to you, so you need his attention. So you use the book to get his attention. honey, please, for him to attend to you.
Okay,
Makes
can we take a
sense.
pause right here?
Makes
Can,
sense.
can we
Just
just
give
put
him
up
the
the white flag?
access, you know.
Okay, we put up the white flag. You must admit, folks, that we took one for the team and we took it well. Okay, so my thing is, folks, we know it's interactive, so let's get a little feel from folks. We have Havalon Harriet, David Francis, Winsome Hines are watching. Hi guys, thanks for watching with us. We have Shalom, we have Ken Grant, we have Virginia Ashley Smith, Tracy MacArthur, and 4 other people watching. Nublet Morris, Joy Matthews, and 2 others. Diane Burton, Burton is watching. Lafitte Yvonne, and all these folks. Folks, I know a lot of you guys are watching with us. Thank you for joining us. You see, it's very interesting. We want a feedback from you though, because it's interactive. You know, we just took one. We just celebrated a victory because they just said something that we know for a fact that is true to us.
And they're being very truthful.
And they're being very truthful. And give them some credit.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And a little against nature too.
And a little bit for nature.
Hey,
And so,
hey.
Anne Karen Dale said, true, wonderful. But by the way, somebody said, wonderful song, Steve. So, you know, ooh. And some sister said, Millicent Gardner Pearson said, he's so good. Penny Francis is watching. Beautiful. Andrea Green says, beautiful. I will sing with you next time.
Right.
Superb song. Primrose Russell and Rosemary Johnson is watching. What ladies? Beautiful Steve Higgins. I mean, these ladies are all over Steve Higgins.
Man, is a singer, man.
And we'll talk to you guys later how to get more of his songs before the show wraps up. We'll make sure that you find a connection to all these folks, how you can get a hold of them. Mitch, hey Mitch, try to call you all week.
Popular people.
Yeah, popular people, man. Mitch, love you. Thanks for watching.
She was at the shoot.
Oh, she was at the shoot. Oh, sorry. I hear that. Mitzi Davis is watching. So many other people watching. We appreciate it. Folks, give us some feedback to what these guys are saying.
Derek asked why she can't move the book herself.
And Derek, you're trying to start more trouble than we can afford. Why you can't move the book yourself? So hey, listen. The next thing that
That's why
came
we
up.
need a man.
The next thing that came up, folks, is that the ladies are saying that they are not mind readers.
No?
The ladies are saying you're not mind readers. A man expects you to come in and do this, that without, because it's supposed to be a duty. And this we're living in a very modern times, and that there's no such thing as, remember we talk about the ladies expect us to do things? They claim on the flip side that they're not mind readers. Don't expect that every day, for example, you're going to come in and you're going to cook food because you're expected to cook food. If you need something today, you need to ask. So they ask us, so we need to do it because guess what? We're supposed to, right? Or they want to start an argument as we agree.
So I gotta ask for a meal, but them I tell them if we move the book.
Yes.
Oh.
So they said they are not. I mean, in other words, a man should know what you want. A man should take time to study you. One sister said, and I'm gonna call her out. I can't remember her name just now. Lord, if
You can't call her out then.
Yeah. But I'm trying to remember. The name will come back to me. She said, in fact, that don't get to know me. Don't be a mind reader. Get to know me because I have so much. For example, know me in terms of who I am, and therefore you're better able to relate to me. But I'll come to that part of it because that's probably a third point. But the fact that men, we need to understand that women are not mind readers. We need to basically state what we want from our woman. Wow. Janty. Sorry.
I'm Steve.
Steve.
Relationships are about needs, satisfying each other's needs. And everything that you do with each other or to each other, you are to talk about it. You know, the most personal things. If you really are in a relationship and a long-term relationship, there's no excuse. You have to say what you want and how you want it. And yes, that too.
Yes.
And so, you know, leave nothing to chance. and in terms of expectations, manage your expectation, because that will be one of the things that you'll be talking about. However, I find it odd that it's a man that is being called the mind reader.
Yes.
Because women, by design, and I mean, I didn't design them, but I'm old enough to say this. Women, by design, they're the nurturers.
Yes.
They're the ones who bring children into the world. And when a child, there's something special about a woman. When a child is brought into the world, that child cannot speak. The child will scream, the child will bawl, she'll cry, she'll whimper, or he will make whatever kind of sound. And the woman, if not immediately, eventually, will be able to know what kind of cry that is, what kind of scream that is. And she is a nurturing one. And so how I put it is that a woman learns, if not by rote, by how she's wired, she learns to nurture. And a part of nurturing is learning how to connect the dots, which is why women, on a whole, they assume a lot more than men will. Because men want the cold hard facts. Women will think because it's in you to think and to nurture. So I find it odd that we're the ones who are being accused of mind reading. Because
No. You missed it. They're saying they are not mind readers. That you need to be more specific.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you got that wrong.
Well,
so let's pass it on to
but my points are valid.
Yeah. Wrong question, but right valid points.
I honestly believe that in a relationship, it's incumbent on both parties to understand the need of the other person. Getting to know the person, you will know the needs of that person. If you don't know the person, you'll never
And
know
that's
the
why I
need.
end up transitioning
And
to
we
the
have
second
to be
point,
careful.
the third point. Yeah.
There's a big difference between need and want. When you get into a relationship, a woman should not even have to ask for anything.
Oh, Jesus.
You should be there
Anticipate.
and understand the needs of that woman that you care for and that you say you love. She should not have to ask for anything.
So in other words,
Get into
hold
the-
on there, John T, because you're trying to get brownie
Jonty done
points.
sold us out.
Yeah, you sold us out. You're trying to get brownie points. Hold on. No. Hold on, John T.
I am just who I
The
am.
ladies are saying they are not mind readers. We need to be specific.
With our needs.
Yeah, with our needs. You're saying that we need to be mind readers, so understand
No, I'm
their
not
needs.
saying to be mind reader. I'm saying you must understand your woman's needs. If you get into a relationship, how long does it take you to understand the woman's needs? It's not a mind reading thing.
60-something years.
It's getting to know your woman. You must know your woman. And she should also know you too. Because there are different needs where the woman is concerned and where the man is concerned. Understanding each other. And don't take a woman for granted. That certain things that's expected of her.
I tell you what, John T, you didn't get enough of brownie points to go home.
Hold on.
Jonty,
No, but it's
Jonty,
true.
Just part of the call. Rosemary is all up in John T's comments.
Hello.
Okay, so make her go on.
At what point do you know yourself?
All the time.
Okay, Rosemary, go on with it, Rosemary.
Had it not been for social distancing, Jonty, I would have shaken your hand.
I'd want more than that.
You don't
Yeah. Hold on. You hear what Jonty said?
Yeah.
When you are in a relationship for a long time, you do not have to verbalize everything. Listen, if I am upstairs and I said, honey, I need you, I am thinking, he's thinking, oh, where does she want me to put this picture? But if I say, honey, I need you, oh, okay. Difference, right? I should be able to look at my partner and I give him one look and he can read me and say, oh, I know
Yeah,
what she wants.
she's ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yes.
here again it takes two, because if there's someone, if there's a guy or a girl, and either, who have been through, a lot before, who may be accustomed to a particular way and who is unbending in their way, some of that will need some kind of maybe counseling, maybe deeper connection and attention to that, because we're talking about best case scenarios here, but there are a lot of things sometimes in the back of your mind, in your experience, that makes you behave a particular way. And you may not be as cooperative, you may be suspicious, a lot of other things can creep in. So again, it depends on who you both are.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, here's what-
but I think also,
okay.
it has to go
Hold on,
with,
Rosie.
I really,
Yes.
it starts in the mind, though, okay? So like you said, as a woman, we're nurturers, we're soft. So for
I didn't say
man-
soft.
We say soft, John.
We are
Steve.
soft, we are
Gentle,
nurturers, and
gentle.
gentle, yes.
Gentle.
And the man has to make love to her mind first before anything can move forward. So once he starts there as a woman, once you've gotten her mind and you've made love to her mind, you can almost get her to do pretty much anything that you want.
That's
Yeah,
right.
so you go.
Yes.
Same thing with us, by
Hold
the
on.
way.
No.
But a lot of men
Tissa,
don't
Tissa.
take the time
Tissa.
to learn his
Tissa,
woman's
do me a favor.
mind.
Say that again, because that man, just like Mr. Lily, this might be just a gem. Just say to that camera, straight into that camera again. What about making love to a woman's mind? Say that again for me, please.
A man.
That's a gold gem right
It
here.
is. A man must make love to the woman's mind first before anything can move forward. Once he's gotten control, not control, excuse me. But
Yes,
once,
yes.
Control.
No,
We
not
take
control.
control.
No. But once he's made love to her mind, then he can pretty much get her to do almost anything that he would want her to do.
Whoa.
But a lot of
Make
men
notes.
do not take the time to make love to her mind first.
Please tell them how to do
No,
it.
hold on. No, we gotta give the younger head a chance. So let's go. Let's go,
I can
Chico.
give examples.
Back to the point and the original question, right? I think we have to mitigate carefully the line and the difference between expectation and understanding. This whole concept of what I expect from you versus my understanding you is two different things to me. It's always safer in the household, in the court of law, anywhere else to ask the question. So you see, I'm not reading any minds around here because at the end of the day, I'm at risk of being wrong, right? We spoke a little bit earlier about the fact that y'all are in mama mode, right? Middle school mode. So it's a situation where sometimes the schooling is going to go on. Isn't it safer for me to ask you to elaborate, to expound, to clarify, so that I deliver what your needs are properly versus me assuming? Because here's the other part of it. Men have never claimed to be mind readers. I've never heard this before.
Yeah.
It's always women
Yeah.
that have claimed to be mind readers.
Yes,
My wife
yes.
tells me all the time, I know you
I know
better
it.
than you know yourself. She might be right, but that's not the point. Right?
Yes.
For a woman, it's a feeling of protection when you think that your partner automatically knows your needs.
And what
he
feeling-
can speak on your behalf.
And what's the counter feeling when he is wrong? I.e.,
Yeah.
you never
Well-
move the book, you never read your mind and figure out
I'll
how the
move
book
the
or the
book,
book goes.
yes.
So the thing is, it's a safer place. Because it's all about being the safe zone now.
Okay.
What is wrong with if you are expecting me to read that mind and I figure, say, you know something, I want to make sure I'm delivering perfectly. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Drop the word perfectly. See? And I say, explain to me exactly what your need is and what exactly you want. What's wrong with that? That doesn't mean that I'm not in tune with you. I just want to make sure that when I'm delivering proper.
I agree, 100%. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, right? But there is also that moment in time where you want your man to just know you.
Thank
I
you.
want you to just know, for example, let me
Yes,
give you
you're
an
about to give some examples
Let me
about
give-
making love to your mind.
Well-
Yes, this artistic lady. Go into
Well, here's
it.
the
Go
thing,
there.
Here's the thing. Again, it begins with you do have to know the person who you're with, right? But you can, for example, if I come home and I seen that the laundry has been done, the dishes has been cleaned, the floor has been
Base
swept,
two.
the babies have been bathed, and
The house is clean.
that is erotica, okay?
Holy man.
At 100%, it is because he's now unloaded some of the pressure of what you would have to do without me even asking him to do that. He read my mind.
But that's the assumption that he was at home and you're walking through the door. What if you're both walking through the door?
Well, I mean, I'm giving you an example, though. I'm giving you an example. You know, that would be one example. But in my particular, not my particular case, but here's one thing I would say. So, for example, when I went to, we had I was talking to my husband and I said, you know, you go pick up, no, I didn't say you. He sent a text that said, Pollo Tropical, and I sent a text back that said, no, I forget what I said, maybe Dutch pot. So he texted back and said, okay. Now, when I got home, and when he got home, guess what? There was no food.
Ooh, doghouse.
There was no
Shouldn't
food. Because when he sent that text to me, he sent the text to me thinking that I was gonna go get the pollo, and I sent a text saying, no, Dutch pot, thinking he was gonna go.
So the mind reading didn't work.
It did not work.
So what would have been the best thing for him to do?
That's
the point.
Listen, but here's what I'm saying. Here's the thing. So now I'm home and I'm upset now because there's no food, nothing's there. So I said, you know what? Before I get all up, let me just go to bed. I'm gonna go lay down and go to bed. In my mind, I'm saying now he should go into the kitchen and make a sandwich or make something.
Or read your mind.
Yes. Yes, to come in.
No
there
erotica there.
Because he didn't get the food. I didn't get the food, but he knows that there was no food in there. Why would he not go into the kitchen and make something?
Because nobody had a proper conversation. It was you expected him to read his your
And
mind and
the
vice
mind
versa.
reading, that didn't work.
And how,
Real quickly, folks, I need to kind of segue into our audience. Folks, we still have some more time left in this show. A lot more to be discussed. We're going to hear from the crooner himself, Steve Higgins. We're going to get into another song. Just in your thing, just make sure that you tag somebody in the thing. Just put somebody's name in so that person knows they need to watch it. Share it so we can enjoy this conversation. That's what Bar Talk is all about. For us to have a fun time. It may be informative, it may be thought-provoking. At all times, it's going to be entertaining. And so we're going to have again G. Cole to summarize this. Hey, listen, you did strong there a while ago. You get one for the team. Summarize this section. Okay, and then we'll move right back into John T. and have John T. kind of quell this kind of hot thing. Never John T.
You're looking at Steve and calling John T.
Steve, I just kind of quell this kind of a very steamy situation. Go ahead, take it away.
I feel like at the end of the day, we just have to realize there's no manuscript to this. You know what I mean? The blueprint that they claim existed has never been found. Mm-hmm. So if we're looking for perfect relationships, it doesn't exist. But I think there's a little level of honesty that we have to live with.
Yep.
It's always easy to claim dishonesty when it's in the other direction. So here's the thing. That person did wrong. Like you said, in your situation, two people might be mad at each other. Who's really the guilty party? Neither. Who's really the guilty party? Both. So at the end of the day, reality and rationality might not be the same thing. All right? We just have to figure out which one it is. And don't try to read minds. Personally, I don't want you trying to read mine. I have no intent of trying to read yours. I feel like a man's mind is like a Nokia regular old phone, and I feel like a woman's mind is like an iMac, you know what I mean?
iPhone's 11X Pro.
11X Pro, so don't even try. That's how I'm goes. All right?
You're trying to get them one. All right. We'll take that. At this time, folks, we're going to ask Steve to just get back one for the team by just crying peace by the songs. Folks, this is entertaining. Steve has his own website. He'll tell you a little bit more about it when we transition later on. But I'm just so happy that you could be a part of this. It is what Bar Talk is all about. I'm so happy to have the man himself, Steve Higgins. I'm calling him all kind of names today.
John T.
John T. Rosemary Lewis. We have Tissa. We have John T. And of course, my brother who just came in. I just had to make him co-host with me, man. Man himself, G. Cole. And I mean, I'm glad it came with my brother because I tell you, man, you just kind of put back one for the team. We appreciate it. Take it all yours, Steve. All yours, Steve. All yours, Steve.
Touch it quick. There you
And
go.
ladies, if you're watching, if you have somebody who needs to hear this man on a Sunday evening, just tell him right now he's about to sing. Steve.
Alright.
I got you.
Him have a little false start there, Bob.
No,
You killed the monster.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
that's alright. Alright, let's go.
Here we go.
I have to hear it. Fly me to the moon, let me sail among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter or Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, kiss me. Fill my life with song, let me sing forevermore. You're the one I long for, the one I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Men talk about this in the songs that they do, you know. But do women listen?
Yeah, push that one, my brother.
That's the question.
Somebody.
Oh, fill my life with song, let me sing forevermore. You're the one I long for, the one I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
And just in case you think you're out of the hot spot, Red Fox, how you doing? Long time sister, I've not heard from you. Glad to know you're still watching us. Red Fox says, generally speaking, men are not multitaskers. They might be deep in thought with something else. Let me see if I can get there. I didn't realize she had more in it. So something else, and they tend to focus on what they're doing, not ours. They sometimes, in their own headspace, not really ignoring us, they're just somewhere else.
There you go. That is true. John, that is so true.
You mentioned about listening a while ago.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about ladies.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
Jesus.
see a singer,
Yeah.
one thing I can tell you, especially when they sing soul music,
Uh-huh.
they listen to every single word. There are times when the ladies will call me and request certain songs.
Uh-huh.
They might not know the title of the song,
Mhm.
but they start to sing it to you.
Yeah.
There are certain things, certain lyrical contents that they gravitate to. And trust me, when you sing, they listen. And that's why you have been able to captivate the audience this evening
I follow you, sir.
and previous shows. that we
Thank
have
you,
done.
sir. Well, you know, everybody has a love language, you know. And I think it's for everyone to know what their love language is. Some people it's music.
Ladies
Some
love
pe-
music.
Ladies on a whole love music. Some of them, I've heard of ladies who laugh at the guy trying to sing to them.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously. Some of them is a touch, is a gentle touch. Some of them is a conversation and the pillow talk. Some of them is a moving of the book. and what Tissa mentioned. What you and what Tissa mentioned in terms of the erotica by taking out the garbage or washing the dishes. And then making love with the mind, which he has not yet told us how to. But the love language, you have to know your significant other's love language. And what you said a while ago, John T, is so spot on.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Niggas love the music, man.
Yes.
It touched their soul.
Yeah.
So let me ask a question then, Tissa. Let's kind of get back to you a little bit. If there's a brother man out there right now that there's a sister, or even his own wife, he could be still married, he could be married, but he kind of in the doghouse. Right? Actually, under the doghouse. That's right.
Explain your dog
Him not Siberia. Him can't come close to the promised land. This is a PG
Oh,
program.
Lord.
so-
Okay. All right.
You tell me how can he make love to the mind? So give us some ways. Talk to the camera right there. Tell us some ways that a brother can do so
To make up.
to make
Make
up.
up.
Yes. There you
Well,
go.
I believe first you have to have the patience with that woman, because as you said, he's in the doghouse. So there's things that he did that upset her. So he has to have patience with her, number one.
To get out of that mood.
Correct. Exactly, to get out of, don't be so in a rush for her to be ready to accept you, because she's not ready. Whatever you did, you have to give her time. So patience is
How much
number one.
time, sir?
Yeah.
But listen, it really depends. You will know. If you know your woman, you would know.
I'm sorry that we all over you like that, Tissa.
We want to know.
We want to know. What is how critical is timing? Because because hey, listen.
How comfortable is the dog?
Yes, right. Because listen, we have not explored one thing.
Doggos have a fridge.
But we have not discussed, because ladies, you all showed up here, including the two back there, like you guys got some halos or wings. And I'm going through it down like this. At certain time of the month, you got horns and forks sticks. So what kind of timing we have to understand? Take it
Listen,
away.
the timing can be, it could be anywhere from 24 hours up until
24 days. Up to 31 days, right?
24 days. Absolutely.
That's not right.
They ain't right.
But
That ain't
it's
right.
the truth with women.
That's
Again,
holding a grudge.
no, not necessarily. Again, it depends on your woman. You have to know. And why are you in the doghouse? What did you do?
That time of the month. That's all it is.
Sometimes there's
No,
nothing.
Nothing. It's that time of the month.
So she's the reason why you're.
Yes, that time of the month.
No.
I'm so happy you said that, because guess what? Nobody's perfect.
That's correct.
Right? That's one.
Yes.
Two, there's going to be a time when the woman is the offender.
Yes.
Three, there's something called grace and forgiveness. Our Heavenly Father forgives us every day, and it's by His grace that we are here.
Yes.
But you're not
Amen.
dating the Heavenly Father, so it's a different thing.
Well, no,
You're not dating
but we need to walk in His footsteps.
Yes.
And because you think that you have the upper hand because someone has sinned against you, right? It doesn't empower you to take out the lasso and to whip.
That is true.
It is incumbent upon you as well, the offended one, right?
Yeah.
To seek to make things good as well. To seek to come out of this.
Forgive.
This is still my husband.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, and to be forgiving.
And-
You want forgiveness too.
Reverend Steve.
Reverend
Steve.
Steve.
But Steve, you know something? But just before you,
Hallelujah.
just before, because Steve, you know what you're saying kind of resonate with me in the sense that as a man, you always feel like you're chasing the carrot.
It's societal.
But isn't that the nature of a man?
We always have to be on the chase.
But here's some of this is societal.
But is that not the
Hang on.
nature of a man?
Yeah,
What?
man is a
Aren't
chaser.
men- Aren't the men the ones
But
who
at
go
what
and
time,
seek their wife?
at what point
Yes.
we back off and you don't only just relax a little bit?
No, but I mean, I'm not saying. Listen, as when Steve said, you know, when women were made, we were made as the nurturer. When men were made, I'm going to assume men were made as the warrior, the
Hunter-gatherer.
seeker,
The hunter.
the hunter,
Yeah.
right? So, as the nature of a man, is that not his nature to go out and seek?
Oh,
Is
yes.
that
But you
not
see,
his
that
nature too?
mindset has generated a lot of wrong over the years, and some people
Mm-hmm.
may say it's culture. And the reason why I say that is this: we think of women as, and don't take this word like the prey and men the predator, so to speak, right?
Right.
So, but we also have found ourselves in a situation where it's almost like it's the man's duty to make the woman happy and not vice versa, not a mutual thing, right? So you talk about a doghouse situation. Based on how we look at it, a man can be in the doghouse and not even be guilty. If just not a
Exactly,
doghouse because of the
exactly.
fact that you decide he's in the doghouse. Now at the end of the day, many men, I've done it too. I got my predisposition apologies. I've apologized for stuff I don't know what the heck it is. You know what I mean? Which is like,
Peaceful
so
life.
what's your
Seriously.
problem?
That's serious.
But
Yeah.
that's not cool though, because here's the thing. Again, it goes back to, and we're taught this from childhood days. What do they say? What are men made? What are little girls made of?
Oh, yeah.
Sugar and spice and
And
all that.
everything nice.
What are little
Frogs
boys
and
made
toes
of?
and
Frogs and
puppy
toes
dog
and puppy
nose.
dogs, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're predispositioned to put the man as the villain.
Yeah, always.
No matter
Yes.
what he does or have not done. So sometimes I'm on just tired of the thing I am and I'm like,
Come on, that's
I'm now push the thing, I'm not fighting, I'm not apologizing. You come around when you come around.
Yeah.
And they go
Okay.
Keisha on the side of the fence talking about
No,
him.
sometimes I have.
Now, in that aspect, I do have to agree with you.
Yes.
But here's the thing, and I'm gonna say, as women, we cannot go out there and expect the man to make us happy. You have to already be 100% happy with you. And if you're seeking happiness from that man,
Most women are seeking that though.
I do agree with you.
And again, cultural thought.
I do agree with you. I do have to agree with you, and that's part of the problem.
True.
That's part of the problem.
Why is it a problem, though?
Why is it a problem that,
Oh, misunderstanding.
that what?
That a woman is seeking happiness in a man.
Because, no,
hold
you
on.
said
Hold
that
on.
you can't get
Hold on.
happiness
Let
from a
my
man.
since she's been quiet for a while. Let Rosemary
Okay, Miss
tackle that
Rosemary.
one for me. Go ahead.
Take Tessa out.
Take off on the Yes.
I am looking on it from the perspective of being covered, the covenant. I feel that if my partner, my husband, can fight for me, I feel protected.
Yes.
And when I feel protected, I'm going to give more to him. And
But
just
sometimes we need the
It's
same
protect-
feeling. I mean, is that sissified to feel protected by your wife?
No, it reciprocates.
Just call it
does.
something else. Call it
Call
something else.
something else.
Call it
Yeah,
something
yeah.
else, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So what do you call it?
Go vice versa.
But here's, you know what a big issue is though, and this goes, as I speak to a lot of single people, other people who are post-marriage, the whole concept, like you said, a woman wants to feel like he's fighting for her.
Yes.
Yes.
But the unfortunate thing is when you have that conversation, it seems like he was also fighting her. So for lack of a better word, he's fighting the world for her, but she's also one of the people that he's up against. And that in itself presents again, here's the thing, I have a joke around about it on our show a lot, talking about the love doctor and all that stuff, and what we need to do. There's a lot of people out here chanting, I need love, love me, and they have not made themselves lovable. So the thing is, that's something that a lot of women have to work on.
I agree.
Lose the whole concept of you're here to please me and I'm just here to show up, because society has taught us that, you know, you guys have a golden part of the anatomy that you just need to show up with.
Like Tissa
That you
said,
just win by showing up.
we need to be the chasers.
Right, but that goes back to not seeking for the goodness from the man. I'm not seeking happiness from him. That goes right back to that. I have to be 100%
Show up happy.
happy already.
May I say something?
Yep.
Okay. For example, as women, we need to feel protected. And I think for the husband, they need to feel nurtured. Let me give you one basic example. Say this week is my husband's blank week and we're going out. And I have the money. My money is his money and his money is mine. But okay, he doesn't have any cash in his pocket. But we're going out and we're going to need $100. I will give him the $100. I will go and get it. But I have to give it to him so that when we go out, he spends and he feels like the man. I feel protected.
And this is a husband, just from my understanding, like your husband
My
per se.
husband,
Then
yeah.
if it's your husband, right?
Yeah.
My question would be this. Why do you have to take the money, or should be a joint account?
That's what it is, a joint account. But,
So
I'm-
he- but he should-
that's,
he-
that's why I say cash in the pocket.
I hear you.
That's why
Yeah.
it just makes me feel protected that my husband goes out, he's doing this and he's doing that, but I gave him the cash.
Oh.
I-
So,
it
so
just
that does
makes-
something for you to.
Yes.
Okay,
And
but
what does
here's
he
my
feel?
question. So do we ever stop to think about how does it? Because if you feel empowered by emboldened
protected.
by being given him the cash,
Uh-huh.
how does he feel receiving the cash?
I think he feels like.
Oh, you think you feel? Did you ask him? Do you know?
Nope, the mind reading thing again.
Language.
I have found myself in that position.
Yes.
I never feel inferior or anything like
Yes.
that.
Right.
You
Yeah.
don't. You
No,
don't.
you
the
seem
lady
like
wa-
you had a
listen,
brownie point roll
It
today.
was a rough weekend. She wanted to go somewhere. She
Yes.
said, listen, it's on me tonight.
Yes.
But is that a date? Is that a date? Like somebody a
You
date?
can call it a day. Because
Right,
we're
but
going out.
what she's talking about pretty much is this: you're a couple, you're a unit, you're a team.
I
It's your
said
man,
a
it's
date.
your husband.
We went
No,
for
but
But you go out on dates with your husband. That's why I was
With your
asking:
husband.
is this your
Yeah,
Yeah,
husband?
but there's a
Yeah, that's
husband
okay.
or
But that,
a
I'm money, you're not
boyfriend.
giving me
Or a
the money.
committed
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah, committed relationship.
Yes.
There are times that the one wants to go somewhere and you're not in a position, and she knows you so well.
Yes.
A perfect
That's
example,
what I
John.
said earlier on that you should.
We said it, Bobo.
Luke said something earlier on that something that has been happening in recent 20, 30 years or more about who is really the chaser.
Yes.
Because we have found women now
Things change,
playing
man.
that role, you know.
Things have changed.
Yeah, yeah.
They are chasing now. We can't deny that as a
That's
man.
true.
Yes.
There are women who
John
are
membership has been
chasing.
officially revoked.
Revoke, yeah.
We have become chasing in quite a long, long time now.
True.
And we have got to be so careful of those
Yes.
people who are chasing us. Because they have
Ulterior
different
motives.
intentions and motives.
Yeah.
And at some point,
And
end up
times have changed.
Yeah, and then does that make you feel detestical, if we could use it?
No.
No.
Emasculated
I
in
tell you
a
what,
way.
No.
What has
But-
happened when
no.
when I find myself in a position, I become extra careful.
Yeah, you have to be.
Yes.
That means you're
So
conscious
do you
of it.
not want to be chased?
Oh!
No, listen,
This is
I
like
rather to be
sharpshooter.
met halfway. You present yourself in a kind of way that I know that she really, needs somebody. But I don't like to be chased.
You can chase me.
Listen,
That's not your nature.
I'm here to be chased all
like to
day.
be chased.
So, well, not anymore, but you get the point.
Yes.
It's one of them things where I feel like a perfect example is this. It's my anniversary. And
By the way,
I want
folks, is
something.
this 10, what is it, 10?
Okay.
10.
Yay!
So thank you.
Is that Marjorie Radio? Which one?
Huh?
Marjorie Radio, which is anniversary?
Oh, Mary.
I don't
You're right, you're wrong, man. You're wrong for that.
But look, we were laughing about it the other day. I wanted something specific because I'm at the point where whether it's birthday, Christmas, don't surprise me. I'm gonna tell you what I want, right? And I'm a simple guy. I take cash. So it's not. But my wife is into the emotions of it and the sentiments of it, and I'm gonna go find it. I take cash at the gift cards, preferably the Best Buy Guitar Center. those places.
Ah, yes, me too.
But
I
we're
don't
having a
cash out
conversation. I wanted something and she wanted something. So we just went and ordered it. Why? Because they come out of the same pocket.
Yeah.
Right? So everything is there. Of course, mine costs more. I think I'm a little bit more of I'm high maintenance. But at the
Based
end
on
of
the
the day,
gear we need to have.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
need what we
I
need.
understood.
But at the end of the day, I feel like we are losing the mutuality, the joint, right? The two become one in relationships, and I think it's an ego thing in this day and age. Nothing's wrong. The whole concept of the independent woman has been blown out of proportion. The whole concept of the gold digger has been blown out of proportion because I told my daughter the other day, I feel like there are more men right now looking for a woman to take care of them than a woman to take care of. So everything is like unbalanced right now. Things are a little crossed. So we have to be very, very careful. But personally, I feel like the jointness needs to come back. And if I'm here to help you, make you happy, make a smile come on your face, you got to put as much effort into making that smile come on mine. And unfortunately, I think women are in a place where they want to be protected, loved, and all that. And what you said earlier is that the man wants to be nurtured.
Yes.
Which man tell you that? Here's what happened. Is the woman come up with both concepts. The woman came up with the concept that she wants to be loved, and the woman come up with the part that he wants to
Hold on. Now I disagree with you because there's a and this time my brother, I have to disagree with you because there's a certain type of guy that exists out there who, because he knows that the desperation, because he knows that the ratio, prey on women who
Take advantage of it.
take advantage.
Pick up yourself,
That's
Tyrone.
true. Very, very,
Yeah,
very,
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 very.
This is
And
true.
so
And it's very, very sad.
And it's very, very
terrible.
sad. And so ladies
Yeah.
need to understand the difference between when they decide. But some guys in a place where them cannot, and that's the truth. Because for example, me, it's hard for me to do a business where I'm at. In G Code, but G Code married already, so I can't say that. And do a million and one things sometimes. So a woman needs to understand that if she is going to do that, she is either going to sacrifice something or understand that's where the man is, okay? Because him depend on hustle big time. But there's some guy, the only hustle they have is trying to get at the woman. And she needs to know if it's just because of the fact that she got a man and she can't tell her sister, so
I got somebody.
I've got somebody. She need to cut that thing loose.
Yeah,
that's
for real.
That's just real.
That's real.
My final point.
Oh, it's not your final point here. Trust me.
Okay.
Go ahead.
As God is head of the church, so is the
Preach,
man.
sister. This is Sister
ahead-
Rosie.
That's right.
Yes, biblically speaking, yes, that's what it's
Yes.
supposed to be.
Wow.
And
Reality,
even if,
rationality.
And even if I make more money than my husband, I would like to know that I would put into the account and my husband would monitor the house. That makes me feel like a wife. It makes me feel like I'm wearing skirts.
Not everybody
I
think
love
like
that.
you, though.
But that's my concept. That's my.
That's what it's
A
supposed
lot,
to
a
be.
lot of
That's
people
how
don't
I
share that
feel
sentiment,
covered.
though.
Exactly.
I understand it. I respect it. I think that's the way it's
And
supposed to be.
protect it. That's how I feel.
But sometimes I wonder if things are said because it sounds cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was
Or is
gonna
it real?
say that. Yeah, because it sounds good. Because let's be, like you said.
Hold a
yeah.
second, Tissa. Let me just cut in, folks. This is interactive. I see a lot of you online, like my brother said in a conversation. A lot of people are there kind of pripsing what's going on. We want to hear from you. A lot has been said. A few people, like my sister Red Fox, and a couple people have said some things. What's your opinion? I mean, do we not listen too much? Are we mind readers? Are we supposed to be mind readers? Are we chasers? Are we supposed to be constantly on this chase? What are the things you think that men are, we need to understand about a woman? This conversation started like a month or two ago with a program called on Bar Talk, 5 Things Every Man Should Know About a Woman. And then we had a switcheroo, and Steve and John came on and said 5 things every woman should know about a man. And now we have in the finale where we need to understand about each other. So listen, we want your interaction. We want your response to this. So let us know what you think. And we're going to segue once more into Mr. Steve Higgins. And he's gonna kind of, you see, this thing, every time this gets so hot and
Cool us down.
we got Steve to test it out. And I need you to stay tuned because Steve, if you like the music, I just want you to put a like in the chat. I want you to put a like, a moment to remember. If you don't know where to find Moment to Remember or as a matter of fact, G Code, all of us, you can find us on Jamaicans.com. It's Facebook. .com/One Love Jamaica. Cool it down for us now.
Started right this time, you know.
I got you, Steve. 1 second.
I can move? Or
Yeah, man, you can move. You move.
Okay.
Juliet is your focal point.
All right.
She will tell you where to go.
Okay, Miss Jules.
I have a beautiful woman behind the camera. We can't be sure because she's the camera lady. For the water, better word the cameraman.
A woman, man.
A woman, man.
No, the woman behind the
The
camera.
woman behind the camera. There you go.
Ready, Kev?
I tell you, you're looking brownie points all evening.
He's just that good.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be nice if I turn up your channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
perhaps.
folks, just before you start, if you like this, again, he's about to sing. You probably have a sister at home right now making dinner, doing all the things, doing all the mind reading. Make her stop for a second and just listen to Steve. All right, just put her name in the chat. Let her just listen. All right, all yours, Steve.
As soon as the song starts.
Okay, again.
I need that mix, that other one.
We share the one. We share the song. Okay, folks, while we try to get Steve queued up, as always, we can find this on, you can find us on Facebook.com, like we said. Chico, so far, your thoughts on what's going on so far. Just your people like John T. and Steve and myself. We are the old school.
No.
We are the old school.
We just a school.
Tissa and you are the new age. Talk to me a little bit about what you think is going on here, and just how in your age group, what's the sentiments? Is it the same as what's going on here?
I love it when you put me in my age group, but then my 20-year-old daughter thinks I'm old. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, it's a conversation that's gone on from the beginning of time, right? The dynamics, the battle of the sexes. Sometimes we just have to accept certain things instead of worrying about. Some things are just a pendulum shift. Even when we talk about the whole concept of men trying to manipulate women and, for lack of a better word, get a woman to take care of them. Some men will say, well, for the last 150, it's been the other way around. So it's just a pendulum shift. But what I think it is a healthy conversation that a lot of people need to hear. Because sometimes we hear what's in our head and we need to hear other people's perspectives on it. And the OGs is what I'm going to call them. And then of course the young lady here. It's life, and I think the conversation is healthy. But at the end of the day, there are certain parts of it that I can and cannot subscribe to. The mind reading thesis, we can't get to it. You know what I mean? It just ain't my thing. And Doghouse being very comfortable is something I support and I promote. My doghouse has a huge TV in there, the most comfortable couch. We got a refrigerator in there, and that's what a doghouse should be. Why? Because you ultimately will end up there for something.
Whether it's your fault or not.
And just so you know, Mitch McLean says, hey, listen, you are a male diva, laugh out loud. Gregory Cole. And with that, we're going to turn it to the crooner that's going to put another song in for us. Go ahead, Steve. Oh, sorry.
Press play.
Yeah, that would help.
And the greatest love the world has known. This is the love I give to you alone. More than the simple words I try to say. I only live to love you more each day. More than you'll ever know, my arms long to hold you, so my life will be in your keeping, waking, sleeping, laughing, weeping. Longer than always is a long time, but far beyond the forever you'll be mine. I know I've never lived before, and my heart is very sure no one else could love you more. More than the gentle words you can't sing this one? Is the love I give to you alone. And the simple words I try to say. I only live to love you more each day. More than you'll ever know, my arms long to hold you, so my life will be in your keeping, waking, sleeping, laughing, weeping. Longer than always is a long time, but far beyond the forever you'll be mine. I know I've never lived before, and my heart is very sure no one else could love you more.
No. Hold that mic. Oh, we have the old mic, Steve. Tell us if the ladies, I know you love this.
Yes.
And if you need to get more of this music, this is rice and peas and stewed chicken and spurred goat and thing on a Sunday afternoon. Forget Brooke Benton. Talk about Steve Higgins. How can we get? One more?
One more?
Huh?
Yeah, we'll come to it. We're gonna have him close
Okay.
up. Yes. But
Can
tell
you
us,
get
yes, talk to us about how we can get more of this music. Because folks, listen, talk about business. This brother didn't just I'll let you know this quite frankly. And the same thing we talk about today. We had a conversation that all of us here as business people, including John T, and we're talking about Tissa with her business and so forth.
And Dr. Adams.
And
Lewis as
Dr.
well.
Adams.
With her practice.
Hey, listen, we know this sister for probably 30 years or more.
But she have a private practice?
And she have a practice. And we're going to discuss that when we close up. But the thing about it, we need to support each other. We need to support each other. G. Cole has his own show. Kevin has his own show. John T, you all of you have your own show on our channel. But we come together because we do this, because we love it. But we support each other. So
Yes, we
my
do.
thing is at this time, if you like the music, it takes time for the brother to practice this. It don't come because it get up one morning, scratch him in and figure say more and sing a song today.
Yes.
It takes time. It takes to record the music, so forth. So hey,
It's not
listen,
cheap.
and it's not cheap.
Right, it costs a lot.
It
costs a lot.
So let's focus back on a little bit on do me a summary, because we are almost running almost 6:30. Give me a summary. Tell me how we're gonna go around the room with the summaries and we talk about exactly how we can find each other, and then you're gonna close up for us after that. Okay, go ahead.
All right, to find my music, please log on to SteveHigginsProductions.com. Again, Steve Higgins Productions. And I have 4 CDs out right now. I'm about to work on the 5th. One is All For You, which is all the crooning songs that your host has been having me sing this afternoon. And it has songs like My Way, like Fever, like The Girl from Ipanema, a few jazz pieces, you know, The Way You Look Tonight, etc. The other one is Sacred. It has songs like Aura Blue Mountain, The Holy City, that everybody wants me to sing at their funeral. The Holy City. It has a national anthem of Jamaica and a few more, How Great Thou Art, and a few other top songs. And then we also have Jamaican folk music. I haven't got to explain them yet, but that will come in time. But I have 2 albums with Jamaican folk music, including Good on Emmanuel Road and Figure Brock Rockstone and Chichibud and a few others. But go on to SteveHigginsProductions.com and go on the music store, and we'll mail out, first class mail, your CDs to you. All right? Thank you.
Actually, a sister says, Michelle Wine Lady says, I feel you because I had to create a woman cave. It seems like the script is changing. Laugh out loud, laugh out loud, laugh
I need a
out
bottle
loud.
of wine. And you can also book us, by the way. We do a lot of events, from sporting events to banquets, to birthdays, to anniversaries, to funerals, to weddings, any event, corporate
Give
events
out
as
your
well.
closeout thoughts on the subject, though.
The closeout thoughts on the subject is that the whole, if you're going to take the quantum leap to enter into a relationship, respect goes a long way. Trust goes a long way. You know, and the respect, the trust, and the communication, right? I call that the RTC of romance. And if you communicate, and you, when I say communicate, though, you know, you don't talk at somebody. You know, you speak to them, and it's.
I don't do the mind read thing at somebody.
It's
Tell it in explicit terms that
Yeah.
even that knucklehead could understand.
Preferably in writing.
If you're no, the truth is, not every day you wake up on the right side of the bed, you know. But kind of just center yourself. Try it, practice it. You know, nothing comes without practice. Center yourself before you speak, so that, you know, the tone, the mannerism, the words, the nuances, you know, come out right. Because at the end of the day, we're remember I said last time, we're spiritual beings having a mortal experience. and something might cross my spirit if it comes across wrong, or if you accuse me wrongly and all that kind of stuff. But the other part of the coin is that expect that something is gonna go down, right? Expect it.
Answer this for me, please. Answer this, because these questions are now coming in. If Mitzi Cope is saying, if a man is sent to a doghouse, what is the equivalent for a woman?
A man is not gonna send. A man is not. No, wait a
It's not
second.
made yet.
I don't know
no
that.
such
Yes, there's never such thing, right?
Men need women more than women need men.
Men,
Yes.
yeah.
Men need women more than women need men. So a woman who don't necessarily need her man because she vex or
Don't say that
whatever.
out loud still, Steve.
Why? What?
Yeah,
No,
you
I'm,
can't say
I'm
that
serious.
out loud.
Yeah,
Why?
because
I'm serious.
The queen produced
Have
the
you
king.
have you
Oh,
ever
The queen.
have you ever sent your wife in the
I
doghouse?
am not refuting the authenticity of your statement.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying do not say it
no,
out
no.
loud.
Oh! and so a man is not necessarily gonna do that because men are so captivated by women. You know, sorry, I didn't mean to do this.
Pass on the mic, please. Pass on the mic.
But it's true.
You don't need the mic. You only need the mic to sing.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
Sing, Rosie.
But, oh, I
Oh, no.
wish. So I don't need the mic.
You don't need a mic. You're gonna get a mic to Gregory.
Right.
No, Gregory.
Give it,
You
give it.
not even need it.
Yeah.
I'm not
So, in a nutshell, this evening was very productive. Next month, I will be married for 37 years.
Oh yeah.
And we never lived a life of peaches and cream. We always have our ups and downs. But I must say, though, that he is the one who always make up. I'm the one who used to keep the malice.
Oh.
But
You see that? You see that?
No.
Yeah.
Not true.
Well, our confession is good for the soul. Confession is good for the soul.
But we're not surprised.
And we're not surprised.
And,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
And that's what the bar talk is all about. There's no
It's honesty.
condemnation.
Yes.
There's no
Honesty.
condemnation around the bar.
Yes.
Full of glass. Full of
Yeah,
glass.
full of glass.
Yes. But you
And as we drink, it gets more real.
Breaking up to make up is a wonderful thing.
yeah. And we come to realize that none of us is perfect. And
Correct.
it's about serving one another.
Yeah.
That's the whole game. Tell me what you like, and I should learn what you like, and we crisscross and make it happen. Total Healthcare Services and Wellness, you can look me up for there. Rosemary Adamson Lewis /Facebook. I am also a professor, associate professor, and I love to mentor. I will do this again because it was very informative and I've learned.
And you've had
You know,
fun.
yeah, I have fun. You know, the teacher teaching the teacher. I have fun.
Steve, real quick before we go to Tissa. Steve, a lady say after Rosemary done, she says so awesome, and she says when the wine lady, she says if that's the case, Steve, why do men shut down communication, thereby creating the feeling that we are not present?
Why you read that one?
Say it again.
I don't need a mic, right?
No, you don't need the mic.
No.
Let me read this again, Steve.
No, I got it.
Because she got to you.
I got it. The general rule for a man, when he shuts down, something is going on. A man just doesn't choose to shut down. And it could be that he may feel intimidated for a number of reasons. He may feel ridiculed. He's shutting down. Look at this.
That's different wine then. It's okay.
Perhaps he feels ridiculed. Perhaps he feels vulnerable. And that vulnerability may not necessarily be grounded in something that. Hello, you listen to me?
Advice.
I'm going deep and you're pouring wine. That vulnerability may not be necessarily rooted in something where he's an actual victim. It could be something that he's actually not ready to come out with. And so if he's being pushed and he's not ready to share, or if he thinks he's being pressured, you know, everything will shut down. What it means is that you have to find a more creative way of getting through him, because there's a thing in all of us called our innermost being.
Yes,
And
yes,
if he
yes.
feels safe,
Yes.
Yes, yes.
If he
Anybody,
feels
safe.
anybody, man or woman.
man or woman, the shutters will come back up.
Totally
But
agree.
but don't push, because remember, we can't push ladies either.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So don't push. Just find creative ways to calm, to be a balm to his soul, and find that key to the innermost being and a soft spot to land on. And I think you'll be fine. But take the time. Remember you heard about patience? Goes both ways.
Steve has a narrative voice, don't you?
Yeah, man, right? Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's singing, but you know how to twang yet.
Like audio.
Honestly though, Steve, on all seriousness, folks, that's what you said is what makes it different. People talk about soulmate. My impressions of what you said is the prerequisite for a soulmate.
Yeah.
Because if you understand a person, if you take the time to understand a person, if you take the time to do diligence, as they say in the legal world, it's amazing that in the legal dockets,
Okay,
there's a thing in
teacher.
court as due diligence, right? But we don't do due diligence in when it comes on to the person who we go home to, when everything else on the road is in against or for you, whatever you go home to that person, or you take up the phone, you call it that special person. It takes a chance for you to do that so that you can, as long as something is in sync, it's like synchronized swimming. It doesn't matter how, in my mind, how great each swimmer is, if it doesn't synchronize, then the entire team falls apart. Make sense?
A
Yeah.
chain is as strong
As a
as
weakest
the weakest
link.
Yeah.
G Code, now I'll stop with you because you're going to do the run up before we go to Steve. Tissa, take it away for me.
Yes, well, first I want to say thank you so much for
Hold on,
having
one second. Did we talk about we can get to you?
Yes.
So I wasn't listening, right?
Rosemary.
Move the book over
Only
there.
one come on here. Yeah, Tissa, take it away. I'm just messing. I heard it, Rosie. Good.
And Luke just proving our point.
Oh no.
There we go. But I just want to say
Mish was on point though.
Yeah.
thank you for having me on the show this evening. It was very informative, and I do appreciate being here. And I just want to also say that, remember, you picked him.
Yes.
Remember,
Just like Trump.
you picked him. It's not as if a family, you're born into a family. So you can't choose your relatives, right? But you choose your partner. And if you've decided to choose this person, take the time, as everyone is saying, to learn this person. Take the time to learn the ups, take the time to learn the downs, the lefts, and the right.
And
Because-
determine whether or not you can deal with it.
Exactly, and decide, make the decision if you want to deal with that, whatever your deal breaker may or may not be. And at the end of the day, that's what it falls down to. And also, which is, I believe, very important as to what Steve said, learn each other's love language, because that's so important. I am the type of person who would want, my love language would be to give, and to be surprised at a party, and then if my significant other doesn't surprise me as my love language, then now I'm upset, right? So he has to take the time to learn my love language, and I have to take the time to learn his. So
My love language is just give me a Saturday to go fishing.
you see, exactly. So take the time to learn your partner's love language. My name is Tissa Taylor. You can find me at Blue Diamond Dry Cleaning and Alterations in Oakland Park. I'm on social media as Blue Diamond Dry Cleaning and Alterations, and also as Tissa Taylor. And my designs are on Simply T Fashions on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, folks,
Very
she's
good.
being modest. So let me tell you about it. Tissa Taylor is an amazing designer. Most of the clothes that she wears, did you design what you wear today?
I did.
Most of the clothes that she wears, she designs. She is a woman that not only talk the talk, but walk the talk. So if you talk about design, some people designer, they tell you they're designer, but then you see them in
Bird Eye.
Bird,
one of them stores.
one of them stores or one of them so forth. Not Bird Eyes. The GQ, some other thing I can't remember now. GQ or one of the things. Yeah, a boutique type. Whatever you see her in, and I've taken pictures of her, the sister is good. She also owns a Blue Diamond alterations and dry cleaning. Support the sister because it's important for us to do things together. All right?
Yes.
And talk about alterations, anything like once after this COVID and we need to drop down in pants waist, that's the first to see. John T, summarize for me, please.
No, it was, as always, it was a pleasure being here and to hear the views of two new faces. I was certainly impressed by ladies. I was expected from Rosemary, but Tisha, I'm so impressed with you. And happy that you were invited here.
Thank you.
At least I know where I can go and do some work on my pants because I'm on the COVID, the COVID thing has put a few pounds on my waist.
COVID-19.
Yeah.
So I really, before you leave, I'm gonna need some information from you.
Sir.
But Luke, bless you, man. You have been doing a good job.
Yes, awesome.
This program that you are doing along with your co-workers
Awesome.
is just one of the most informative programs that is wherever.
Appreciate it.
And
On a Sunday afternoon, you want to relax and learn some things.
Yes.
This is really the program.
Great.
I've actually told a number of my friends who have been listening. Some missed it the last time we were here. But having heard this program, I'm sure they will continue to listen. I just want to commend you again for what you have been doing.
Awesome.
And you certainly have my support, and I'm sure you get support from your audience.
All of us.
I know we need to reach you. WAVS, come on. Plug it.
Reach John T.
John T and WAVS, what time?
Yes, working man in radio.
All this here, right? A
Morning
morning time, we
ride.
need to blow up his, what time are you on in the mornings at WAVS?
Monday to
7?
Friday, 7 to 10.
We
News, traffic, sports, and music.
We need to blow it up come tomorrow morning, folks.
Yes.
And by the way, I just had something just so that we can put a fly in the ointment. Maxine Plummer says, the long and short, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Love language bulls.
But Rosemary says Steve was right on target.
Maxine, come and see me
drinking
after
the wine
this.
too.
Maxine Plummer from Miss Blue Heritage.
Tell Maxine to come and see me after this.
Maxine is from Miss Blue Heritage Council. She did that Miss Blue thing the other day.
And yes, by the way,
You know her. Yes.
by the way, everybody, we've enjoyed this fully, obviously, most of us. But I'd be remiss if I didn't ask everybody who is within earshot. Please ask everyone who you know in your phone to vote.
Yes,
And to vote the
Yes.
first day of early voting.
Yes.
Especially, I'd like you to target the people who do not think it's important to vote. Because our very lives may depend on it.
And the census.
And
Yes.
also,
Yes.
they do the census. We have until when for the census?
October.
Well,
So,
we have until September.
yes.
The middle of September.
Yeah.
All right. Do the census, please. Just go online. It takes 7 minutes.
And we're
All
only
right.
at 80% in Broward County. We're only at 80%.
And moving right along, somebody says, Wendy Wine Lady says, John T, the quality of the red wine you drink, high in acidity, will help your weight loss. Keep sipping.
Reading your wine.
Check
Can't
it
say
out.
anything about mine.
Came in your music.
Folks, my impromptu co-host this evening is none other but my
Yes,
little
great.
brother. G. Cole, amazing brother, real brother.
Yes.
Love his show. G. Cole, tell them how they can find it and summarize this and don't get back to them, please.
Well,
Nicole, before you
Yes,
close
sir.
off, don't forget to tell people they're a big time singer too. You know.
Yes.
He has a lot of records out there. He never talks about it.
Yeah.
we're just on a different platform. So, but I you know what? You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
check out homegrownwithgcole.com. You can see all the stuff there. But the albums are out there.
Homegrown.
Homegrown with
He's
G
also on Jamaicans.com.
I'm on Jamaicans.com.
Very good singer.
The podcast, like I said earlier, is everywhere. iTunes, wherever you listen to your podcast, it is there. We're on the radio, syndicated on a couple of different platforms. The goal is just to bring the message and the music to the masses. Thank you so much, Luke, for having me. It's been indeed a pleasure.
No problem.
Hit me up on social media at MyGCole. We got giveaways. We'll give you some. We'll hook you up. You know what I mean? The albums are Ultra Race and This Music Volume 1, Return to Vintage. Go ahead and check them out. Again, it's G Cole. Summary.
Yes, real quick.
We're human beings. Nobody's perfect. Man, woman, it's all about reciprocity. If you give, you get. If you get, hopefully you give.
Yes.
And I think things will be all right. Simplicity is
Tell
Sizzla
Maxine.
Kalonji says simplicity.
Steve said, tell that to Maxine. And a lot of love are coming up. I see that. Yes. Total vote. ZC says, learn to love the long language before you speak it. Vote. Michelle Winelady says, laugh out loud. Hey folks, listen, we can't do all of that because we really passed our time. So guess what? I tell everybody here, and I tell everybody to check out the link, respond to the people in the thing so they can know, because there's no way. We've had so many responses that just say hi to the folks and let them know that you care in this thing. We're going to take the mic. We're going to close out with the man himself. After we find another track, I understand. I guess Steve Higgins, of all people at this show, run out of tracks.
No.
I hear him have a dancehall
Don't
album.
you have a dance album?
Yeah, but not on this phone.
He also have a rap album.
You don't have the song, It's So Nice to Be With You.
Yeah, no. Okay, here we go. Pass this on. Rosie, pass this on to you for me, please. Okay,
You need to get that one.
Folks,
That good night.
as always, folks, you won't hear from me after this. We're gonna close out with Steve. But I'm so thankful for the crew, first of all. The lady that won't be mentioned, that we call her,
That lady.
PJ. PJ. We have Juliet Stedman that's on cameras in the house. She's a part of the original.
Yes.
Stead in the house. She's all part of the original bar
What's your
group.
number?
My brother from another mother, we're
Personal
talking about Kevin Stew.
Sure.
KevinStew.com. Check him out every Monday through
Wednesday, 10 to midnight.
10 to midnight. Kevin Stew. You ain't got nothing to do on a Monday night
Shit, man,
at 10 to
I'm calling
midnight. Then tune into my brother. KevinStew.com. Everything that's topical, so forth. Some major people has come on the show. Brother has been very supportive, and we need to support him. I can't tell you more than that. Everybody else, I said before, Jamaicans.com. Give a like to Jamaicans.com. If you don't know how to reach him, just go on my site. It's Luke Ballantyne. Ballantyne is B-A, Luke, L-U-K-E, Ballentine on Facebook. That's my profile page. And then you'll see Jamaicans.com. You'll see Moment to Remember. Go on Jamaicans.com. It's all of us. It's all about talk about support
See you on
ourselves.
Facebook,
Every
What name do you
other
use on Facebook?
set of people
Taylor. Tisa.
support each other. We need to do the same. And on that note, blessings. I'll see you next week. Steve, take us home.
Okay, I'm gonna take over Frankie.
Oh!
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, Too few to mention, I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew, and through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed, I've cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he is not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my